For you, do you feel that it's one of those performances of a lifetime?
Wow, that's I don't know about that. It was. I'm happy to be a part of it. It's hard for me to judge. I think like most actors, you see your own. You see yourself on screen, and it's different. I don't tend to sit at home and watch myself on a loop and evaluate what I do. But I think being a part of this, yes. I mean, being a part of this film. I was saying to my wife last night, you can point to a few things in your career that you think that I'm extremely proud of, and you can embrace, and I think this is going to be one of those things.
Did you feel immersed in DuPont? Is it the kind of character you kind of lose yourself in because it's such an intense character?
It was. I mean, it was intense in a lot of different ways. Just sort of getting into all of the look and the makeup, and I was saying before that when I get to set, there was an immediate, I mean, whether I was necessarily deeply in character or not, there was a visceral response from everyone around me. People generally didn't want to be near me, and I think that was good in a sense, because it just naturally separated me from the rest of the cast and even the crew. I mean, I was kind of floating out on my own, which I think is very much where DuPont was for a great period of his life.
What was the main point of research for you, in the sense of, there's obviously available footage about him, but what was the thing that, kind of informed the performance mostly for you?
There were different things. Watching the footage was really valuable. Just reading everything I could about him. There are many books about the DuPonts, about his family history, about what happened specifically at Foxcatcher. But talking to people who knew him and spent time with him, wrestlers who had worked with him, something as seemingly minor as the fact that one of the wrestlers who was there said he had incredibly weak legs, and that he was not a proficient wrestler in any way. He didn't know what he was doing, but that his legs were really, really weak. So that, just that detail informed me as to the way he might move and walk, and certainly the way he would wrestle. And so it was small things like that don't on the surface seem like a big deal or anything of consequence that were helpful.
I think you have to start a fellow actor a lot to have that awkward chemistry that they have. So you and Channing must have worked very closely together. And how did you, form that awkward chemistry?
It was almost the opposite. We sort of agreed silently, and this sounds so pretentious, but it worked. I think it worked. That we kind of stayed clear of each other for the most part. We were cordial, but I didn't get to know him very well. I didn't get to know Channing. It's funny, just being in Cannes is the first time we've both been able to let our hair down and have fun together, because there wasn't a camaraderie as we were doing it, because I think we both felt to maintain that tension and sort of uneasiness between the two of us, it was best if we were a little bit separate and sort of sussing the other out.
We all came out of the screening yesterday starting to talk about awards. Do you feel that buzz while you're in Cannes, that people are just mentioning your performances for awards for next year's Oscar?
No, I think that's a slippery slope. As soon as you start thinking about that or talking about that, I think you're ultimately setting yourself up for disappointment. So, I mean, that being said, I hope that the movie's embraced and that people like it, and based on the response here, that seems to be the case. But I mean, you can't. I don't know. I think that's.
You want to cross your fingers.
I mean, it certainly would be great. It would be nice, but I that's kind of getting ahead of it.